just recognize, say thank you to the community that we built and everyone who's come to support us. And there's been a lot of people coming on today because they're down at the fair. But I just want to say thank you because today is really about my coaches and all my staff over here. The ones that make all this happen. I just want to say, guys, thank you to them. God bless you guys. 8 years ago, we built this thing. We started this thing in my garage. And it has taken so many turns. The crazy thing about this gym is that this is not my gym. This is our gym. We built this thing. Every one of you has a story. Even our newest people have already started immediately putting impact in it. And that's what makes the personality of our gym, is that it's not mine. It is community. We've done so beautifully here, and I mean, words will never say what I feel for you guys. But I just want to say thank you to each one of you guys. So, we're going to kind of just go down the line here, just kind of recognize you guys. I got some tickets for you guys, but I'm just going to go through here. I want to start off with my point right here. Miguel was like a son to me, Miguel, it was about 6 years ago, where that guy came into my gym. He saw me sitting on my apron, staring out at the cars, like just sitting there in space, And I was thinking, what have I done? Why can't I get this gym? I'm going to go pro. And I'll never forget him saying, "Don't worry, coach, we'll build this thing up. We'll get it, And he started working with me, and here we are, 5 years later, and we've got an 18,000 square foot gym. We've got 18 coaches. We've got, a beautiful community, over 200 members, and amigo, thank you so much for that. So I just want to say thank you. And then, Beyonce, Gabby, and Gabby, I almost fired Miguel for this because she was my client. And so I lost a client because of this knucklehead, But what a beautiful couple they are. And then she has stepped in every which way. She's helped me hire this staff. So half the people you see here, she's hired for me. And not only that, but she's an amazing coach. And she's stepped in. When Susan was out. And I want to say thank you, Miguel. Thank you for everything you do. My wife was not really an employee. And you got Missy, who's like, might as well damn near be an employee of mine, because they're part of the personalities. I want to say thank you, ladies, for all the support you give me, And then right next here, we got Mean Irene, the baby of the bunch who's just come on board lately, and she just hit the ground running, she came in here one day and she did her interview, and in her interview, she talked about how, she has all these ideas, but, like no one ever lets her do them. And I was like, well, you came to the right place. If I need someone with some ideas, and I need someone who's going to do them, And she is not disappointed. She's exceeded every expectation. She's been an amazing addition. So thank you, man. Welcome to the team. Next, we got Juan, who, he's been doing the adult classes for me for the last year and a half, and I finally asked him to come over, and take over my fight team. I'm getting older, and, these kids need more attention. And, what an amazing decision that's been, because that team has gone from a bunch of unruly kids who are just like they want to be boxing, now they're running, they're getting in shape, they're really looking up. They love you, coach, they got a whole new respect for you. So I love you too, man. Thank you for what you're doing, my boy. Open up the kids section. Nobody can do it like him. If you watch over there, there's always something exciting going on over there. And Locke has his own business too, and I see his business growing, and I couldn't ask for better coaches, staff, coaches, everything, And then I almost forgot Bernadette, who holding the camera. All this great stuff together for us. So guys, I don't want to spend too much time talking. I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you guys. I love you guys. We've built something beautiful, and be proud of what you've done, because this is ours. If not mine, it's ours, guys. Thank you so much, guys.